We've all been there. You sit down at your desk, but your focus is immediately fractured by phone notifications and a lingering sense of overwhelm. When the internal environment is crowded with unfinished thoughts and minor stressors, there is no room left for deep work. To reclaim that space, we are going to build a physical, two-part mental clarity routine over the next 5 minutes. This shift requires a change in perspective. When a mind is full of static, it actually rejects information. But an empty mind is a receptive state, ready to process new data without friction. This beginner's mind is the foundation for growth. Clearing past stress creates the neutral territory needed to learn new skills or solve complex problems. To move this from a concept to a practice, you'll need a clear desk space, a glass bowl, a notepad, and a pen. We use these objects because mental clarity is sustained through physical systems. Relying on sheer willpower to stay calm is rarely effective. You need actionable habits that ground your focus. Step 1 is the totality trigger. Totality is the practice of directing your entire awareness toward one simple physical action. Select a mundane chore, like washing the dishes or walking to the mailbox. Commit to performing this task without a phone, music, or any digital background noise. Pay attention to the tactile details. Feel the weight of the plates, the temperature of the water, or the rhythm of your own footsteps. Within a minute, your brain will likely drift toward a worry or a task for tomorrow. This is the expected part of the process. The actual exercise occurs the moment you notice the drift. Redirecting your attention back to the physical task is a repetition that builds your ability to ignore intrusive thoughts later in the day. Practicing totality converts a standard chore into a grounding trigger. It trains the brain to remain present, which serves as a baseline for maintaining concentration during high-pressure work. Step 2 manages the internal distractions that arise when you aren't doing a chore, like a sudden burst of irritation or a wave of anxiety. When an uncomfortable emotion surfaces, the goal is to observe it without trying to suppress it or force it to change. Visualize the emotion as a co-passenger on a train. It is riding next to you, watching the same landscape. It is present, but it does not have its hands on the controls. Trying to violently push stress away often backfires, as the struggle itself creates more mental noise and exhaustion. Simply acknowledge that the emotion is there. By looking at it neutrally, you prevent it from clouding your decision-making. Neutral observation prevents a single stressful moment from spiraling into a day-long distraction. You allow the feeling to pass through your periphery while you remain focused on your task. Step 3 uses the physical tools to anchor these habits. Place your glass bowl in a prominent spot on your desk. Every evening, spend 10 minutes with your notepad and pen. This is a deliberate period of transition from the workday to rest. Write down one specific thing you are grateful for. Then spend a moment in detailed visualization of a current goal. This connects a positive current state to a specific future objective. Fold the slip of paper and place it in the bowl. This acts as a physical save point for your mental efforts that day. Over 30 days, the bowl fills with these slips. This provides a visible record of consistent focus, making the abstract work of staying positive feel more substantial. Seeing this physical accumulation reinforces the link between your daily mental habits and your long-term objectives. You now have a complete toolkit, a task for grounding, a method for filtering stress, and a physical record of progress. By organizing your internal environment, you reduce the friction of daily life. When your mind isn't preoccupied with clutter, you can allocate that energy toward more effective execution of your work. This consistency supports better cognitive function and reduces the fatigue associated with chronic overthinking. You are no longer just reacting to the day, you are navigating it with intent. Start the cycle now. Take your pen and write your first note for the bowl before the end of the day. Reclaiming your mental space begins with this single, measurable action. Real clarity is the result of these specific, repeated actions that keep the mind receptive and the internal world quiet.